Dear skinny guys, let me tell you a story. I've been working out for a while. I would say definitely like 4+ years. And when I tell you guys I'm skinny, I'm telling you I was skinny. I went into high school in the 90s. I wasn't even 100 pounds yet. Let me go on this old laptop right here and show you. I think it's dead. Oh, what? I just wanted to show you this because this is my credentials, guys. I know how it be. I really do know how it be. And honestly, my transformation so far is nothing special. Sure, I would say I look good for the average guy, but this is nothing I expected when I considered grinding for multiple years in the gym, especially when I compare myself to others. And part of my not so linear progression is definitely the couple of times I practically threw my gains away. The biggest standout is definitely deciding my senior year of high school that I want to play basketball, so instead of eating food and training, lifting weights, getting stronger, I sat the bench for the season. Or in 2020 during the COVID lockdown here, where I entered quite a down bad state and just played video games all day, every day as my way of escaping the identity crisis, the depression. And during that whole period for about 2 months, I ate sub 2,000 calories every single day and didn't train. But the thing is, even if you took those 2 giant blunders and just fully wiped them off my timeline, during my periods of consistent training, I was still making fundamental mistakes that was keeping me skinny and drastically slowing muscular growth. If I was granted the power to travel back in time and tell my younger self one thing, and this is something I think most skinny guys struggling to put on mass need to hear, you need to eat more.
You don't understand, bro. I eat so much food. I just have a fast metabolism.
Is exactly what I would say and what so many other skinny guys say when the topic comes up. And I know to most people, this is not groundbreaking information. Oh, you need calories to grow, Kenny? Great video. But I think a big thing is most guys don't know how much they're eating. I eat so much food, bro. For breakfast, I had a big bowl of cereal. For lunch, I had a double cheeseburger. And then for dinner, I had my mom's cooking. I had 2 plates. Wow, bro, that's crazy. You had a 600 calorie bowl of cereal, 900 calorie burger, and then 900 calories of mom's spaghetti. Congratulations, man. You had a whopping 2,400 calories for the day. This is the big mistake that I made. I simply did not eat enough food. I thought I was, but the thing is, I didn't really know how much calories I was consuming. I didn't do any tracking. And one of my big tips for you guys that are struggling to put on weight is count your calories. I wasn't really consistently tracking my calories till about a year ago. And it was literally a game changer. For the next couple months, I put on so much size. I put on so much weight. Yeah, I put on water. Yeah, I put on fat. But I was finally growing. And then I've gone through periods where I've kind of fallen off. I'm not counting my calories every day. I think I can just eyeball stuff. I basically like stopped tracking. I subconsciously was regulating how much I was eating. So all of a sudden it's like, oh, I bulked up to 165. Next month, oh, I'm still 165. Next month, oh, I'm still 165. And then I plateau, I might lose a couple pounds, or I track one of my days and I'm like, oh, so I've really only been having 2,800 calories a day when I need 3,500. Me and my friend who trained together growing up have this conversation all the time, but it's just like, bro, imagine if we just ate more food when we were training all the time. And it's kind of sad to think that more food, more protein could have turned my transformation into so much more than what it is so far. Because now that I know this years later, I've been bulking pretty consistently, and I've gone from 142 at the end of last year to almost 180 now. And for the people watching this, I'm gonna go ahead and assume you actually train hard. I'm not gonna assume you're one of those default NPCs that trains like a pussy their entire lives. Because at least for me, we trained pretty hard, at least upper body. So the next big thing is prioritize recovery. A couple months ago, I was plateaued pretty hard. My weight on the scale and my weight on the bars were not budging. And I decided to do something I've never really done before, and that's deload. For the next week and a half, I didn't train super hard. I still trained most days. I was a little more lenient with my rest days because I was used to practically training every single day. And through doing that, despite not even tracking my calories super consistently, my weight went up. And when I went back into the gym, I felt stronger. I felt better. And I think rest and recovery is actually something that is underrated when it comes to natural lifters. I'm not saying everyone needs to go ahead and take a deload. That's not it whatsoever. I'm saying if you train hard super regularly, maybe throw in a rest day, maybe not try to push to failure every single exercise, every single workout. Sleep is when you go, so please stop staying up late. Get 7 hours. Get a solid 7 hours at least for me. Thank you. Another thing that personally has brought changes to my physique is change the way you train. Don't worry, we've already been over that you train hard. I'm gonna take your word for it. But a good example is this is when I went from just normal training, kind of winging it, kind of doing Google workouts, to when I hopped on the David Laid DUP, which I'm not saying it's the best DUP out there. I'm not saying it's the best program out there. It's just the one I had, and it added structure. It had a calculator that would calculate exactly how much weight on your compounds you should do for that day, for how many reps, how many sets. And once I started running that consistently, I had friends telling me that my physique was looking a lot better. And this is with no drastic changes to the other factors. This was just changing my training. We all know progressive overload is progressive overload. You want to do that. But honestly, whether it's writing out your own program in a notebook, tracking the weights you're doing, or you're paying for a program or running a free program you found online, that structure could be an absolute game changer. I've been running the push-pull leg split the majority of time I've been training, and earlier this year I decided one thing I really need to bring up about my physique is my arms. And I'm sure a lot of skinny guys can relate to this. Let's see if I can find a picture. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm getting some shadow. I'm getting some depth to my chest right here. It's looking a little more 3D. But then look at my arms. They are straight lines. They are pool noodles. And I'm sure a lot of skinny guys can relate to this. The skinny arms, the thin bones. It sucks. And despite years of lifting, I've always had small arms. I did push-pull legs, so I did triceps, biceps twice a week. And it wasn't until this year when I decided I'm going to prioritize my shoulders and arms by switching to push, pull, shoulders, arms, legs, a 4-day split. And I've been doing that for most of the second half of this year, and I've been seeing growth I did not see any years prior. I'm literally getting compliments about it. People are telling me I look bigger. My friends are telling me my arms are growing. I'm finally filling up some of my shirts. So combination of training my arms almost 3 times a week versus 2, and approaching my shoulder and arm training as if I was approaching a bench press, deadlift, squat in a sense of progressive overload. And I'm not saying you should run that split. In fact, I'm slowly transitioning back into a more regular push-pull legs. I'm just saying add more structure to your training, especially you guys that just walk into the gym and wing it. So essentially, those are the things I wish I would have known a couple years ago. Tracking my food consistently every single day, hitting high calorie, hitting high protein, optimizing my recovery, optimizing my sleep, and not being afraid to take a rest day here and there, or maybe deload for a couple sessions. And finally, adding more structure to the training. I haven't really done a video like this before on my channel, at least with my newfound following this year. So if you liked it, if you found it motivational, informative, whatever, please let me know. If you absolutely hate it, and honestly, the reason I broke my once a week streak, and by the time you see this, it's probably been 8+ days since I posted a video, is because I've really been rethinking my content. I've been second guessing myself a lot, and I kind of feel like I'm not 100% sure what kind of content I want to make. Yes, I want to still do vlogs, but I just want them to be better. I'm always trying to one-up myself, which is good for the content, but not great for my anxiety. But thank you for watching, and lastly, if you have anything you wish you could have told yourself when you started lifting, please comment it below. I'm sure that would help somebody reading the comments. Another thing that's gonna help add some Another thing that's gonna help add some changes to your. Another thing that's gonna help.